And then Steve and Jonah come in, and I have the door open whilst I've got the trousers down my ankle, sat on the toilet, just doing my morning routine whilst catching up with the chaps.
That was probably in the over 4 years that we've been doing this job, the most nervous I've been.
I'll remember every goal, he'll remember orders, he'll remember assists, and I will remember none of it. So welcome to Life of a Kitman, the podcast. You got myself, Steve, got Jonah. Say hi, Jonah.
Hello, Jonah.
Brilliant. And we've got Charlie as our first guest this week. What we're going to do straight away is get into Charlie's five-a-side team. It's going to be the first feature on every episode. Charlie's going to go for it. Formation first.
All right.
There you go. You've got the cameras at the top.
What am I at for? All right. It's the best goalie I played with. Oh, do you know what? I did think about not having a goalie. You need to see this, but left-handed. Fraser Forster.
Fraser Forster.
Yeah, he's top drawer. When I went to Saints, he was he was on form of his life. I think it was 8 clean sheets on the spin. Dominated the goal. Listen, he's had the superstar career that he's had, and he's still going. At the back, everybody knows this one. I think he's the best centre half in the world. That is a D, by the way. And he is. Listen, there's not enough things to say about him. He's someone that oozes class. He's the captain for his national team, and yeah, listen, he's clearly the best player I think I've ever played with.
Nice.
I'm only playing one at the back.
Cool.
I actually am. This guy here, I played with him at Queen's Park Rangers, and he, Croatian international, both feet, was absolute phenomenal. He scored the goal that Steve McLaren, when he was with the Wally with the Brolly at Wembley, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was just phenomenal. As a centre forward, it was perfect to play with. He just found.
He was a pumping as well before that, wasn't he?
Pardon? He was pumping at Tottenham. He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, the other guy, Southampton, I played in there, was Dusan Tadic. Now that guy was a striker's dream because no matter where you went, he found you. And listen, whether he had anyone around him or he had 5 men on him, he always wanted the ball. And he was just someone that you wanted in your team all the time.
I come and watched it a few times at Saints, and he was just.
Yeah, he was pivotal, and then obviously he went to Ajax, didn't he? And then everybody remembers what Ajax did to Real Madrid at the Bernabeu, and he was pivotal to that. And I think his goal on the edge of the box, where he shifts it to his right, then back, and then just passed it in the top corner, was ridiculous. And last one, even though he almost plays as like a left forward or right forward, he did for Liverpool, but I have to put him in, is Sadio Mane. For Liverpool's underperformances this year,
Missing him.
they are missing him big time, mate. I think he was massive for the thing. So yeah, he would be my centre forward there. There's many that I haven't put in. I haven't put Kieran Trippier in there. He won the league with Atletico Madrid. I haven't got Danny Ings in there. I haven't got Ryan Bertrand, who only made one appearance in the Champions League, which was the Champions League final that they won. Do you know what I mean? Which is great. Yeah, they made one. He's telling me a story that he sat on the bench at the Nou Camp. But not on the bench, sorry, he sat in the stands and watched in the Nou Camp. He was like 19th or 20th man or whatever. Then he got the nod on the Tuesday or the Wednesday that he was going into the final and won. So there's many others, but they are my five-a-side team.
Solid five-a-side team, that.
It's incredible. Manager?
Oh. All right. A former manager. I'm putting Harry up.
He loved Cranchard, didn't he?
Loved Cranchard.
He loved Cranchard, didn't he?
He loved Cranchard.
Took him everywhere.
He loved Cranchard. He would love Van Dijk because for what he is.
Yeah.
This guy also, and then what this guy brings. So, Redknapp is the manager, and that is my five-a-side team.
One last thing on the five-a-side team.
Go on.
If they had to play in one of the kits that you've played in,
Oh.
which kit would it be? It doesn't have to be Swindon. Can be any of your kits, right?
Oh, it's a tough one because I liked the QPR one, right? When I was first there, the Lotto one was a good.
9 on your back.
Yeah, I did like that. But it is a toss up between, honestly, the blue one when I was here first.
Leeds.
Yes, Leeds, Southampton.
Charlton
Yes, Charlton first. Or I don't know. It was just something about the black third kit in the.
Talking about that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that one there. That one, yes. I don't know. There's something about that.
You can't beat the black kit.
Yeah, I like that. Even though it was a third kit, I think we got beat the Crawley.
I think we wore it at Southampton in the
Johnson Paint
Trophy.
Trophy, yeah. But so I'll nail it. So I'll go with the blue one.
Blue one.
Blue one, yeah, that's the best
Cool,
one. That is
perfect.
my 5-a-side team, boys.
Right. Anyway, let's talk Swindon and the return. How have you found it since you've been back?
Up and down. Well, when I signed, we had a manager. 2 days later, we didn't have a manager, so obviously it was up and down. And then Gav come in and done well for the 3 weeks that him and Mildy took over. And then we needed a manager, didn't we? And then the Gaffer's come in now, and okay, we haven't hit the ground running as such in the previous 3 games we played, but we got the win at Salford. And I guess to be a good team, you need to win when your back's against the wall, when it's not going great, and it hadn't been going great for us. We're learning from our mistakes, but look, we come away from Salford and won. So look, hopefully we can continue that run and see the other teams in the league going forward, and how a back-to-back run of games can push them so far up the league, and why can't we do it?
Is the league what you expected it to be when you come back, or is it different to what you expected?
We'll be very polite how I answer this. I think it's what I expected. I think it's the first time in my career I played a new 2. I think it's what I'd expected, with obviously being respectful and stuff. There is a gap between the teams, there certainly is, and there's also a gap with fan base stuff, which we're very fortunate with what we have, fan base wise. We have a minimum of 9,000 come and watch us at home. We get double.
The average is 9,200.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So that's what in League 2, and I think is it Bradford that obviously
Bradford.
more? Is it just us in Bradford?
Yeah.
And then
Drops down from
it
there.
drops down, but it's not only does it drop down, it's like almost drops off a cliff, don't it? So listen,
you got a couple. You got like Stockport in the 7s.
Yeah,
but then it goes down.
Then you're under 5, aren't you? So it's not great.
Yeah.
But so no, it's been good, and I've enjoyed coming back. I was very grateful for the chairman to bring me back. Like I said, if it wasn't for him finally just getting the deal done, then it wouldn't have happened. But it was good that it got done. I didn't have to keep ringing hoops. I nearly got hoops. A scouting job.
Oh, nearly.
From it. But listen, that's football, and sometimes you've got to take these chances. And it certainly wasn't a risk. The chairman didn't think it was a risk, and I certainly didn't.
Yeah.
Nor did hoops. All these times I kept speaking to him morning and night. But then obviously others did, and listen, the football's part of opinions, isn't it? And listen, for whatever anyone thought about how I was as a person on and off the field, I feel like I've shown that in the 6 weeks I've certainly come through the door. On the pitch, I've been very fortunate to perform on a personal note. Not obviously as a team, we haven't hit the heights of obviously I'd like to, or how it would go. And off the field, listen, I feel like I've settled in well to the group, and so.
Yeah, perfect. Do you feel? I was just thinking about Salford the other day. Do you always feel like you get a feeling when there's going to be a good day?
Yeah.
And things just like right from the day before. Like the training's good, like there's a bit of a. We always feel like from our point of view, when the setup goes well, when we're in early, when they let us in, there's no aggro from the opposition, and it's like and everything runs smoothly. We feel like we're set up and we're prepared, and then when you guys come in, we're ready for anything you guys need. And we feel like you can almost feel when a performance is going to come. You can feel a vibe off the lads sometimes.
Yeah. It's more of like like I said to you before the Sutton game.
Yeah.
In the changing room was quiet, and I was like, this is a bit strange.
Yeah.
And I could feel. Listen, we just won the last 85 minutes, and then we lost, which we never got beat. But you can get that feeling. I'm not just saying that was the reason or anything for that, but it's just little bits, like you say, add up of why it's not going right on them days. I don't know. Sometimes I warm up well, and I'm like, I feel good today.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
and then it don't go. Do you know what I mean? It just happens. It's like anything. Listen, if you're it's a centre forward, I'm talking here. If you're going for a great goal scoring run, trust me, if you go in the box, the ball will find you. But if you're going for a barren spell, don't matter what you do, the ball it will go half a yard to the left or half a yard to the right. Do you know what I mean? So, listen, that's just what it is.
Okay, moving back to kits.
Yeah.
What's your favourite kit that you've played in, or shirt that you've swapped with someone?
Okay.
Or both?
The favourite kits I play with, I know I said it in the five-a-side thing. The blue one here because I had so many good days in it.
Yeah.
Had so many good days in it.
Do you think that's what makes a kit? Is the memories in it?
Yeah, definitely. Like, let's be honest. Like the white kit here now that we're playing is great.
Yeah.
But the white kit we wore at Wembley when we got beat to Millwall, that's a disaster. So no one really wants to worry about that.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So no one really wants to worry about that, do they?
Yeah.
But the blue one, so you think back to the memories. We beat Charlton. Wardy scores and we win on penalty. Darb scores a winner.
Yeah.
We go to Leeds and win 3-0. We beat Southampton 1-0 in it. Do you know what I mean? I think it is just I do think it is the memories. Like
memories create a kit.
Yeah, create it. I do think that.
Decent.
Yeah, so I don't really. The one I've swapped a couple of good ones. John Terry, I've obviously got his. I swapped with him. I swapped with Steven Gerrard after the Liverpool game. And I asked him halfway through. There was a break in play. I mean, it was like the third game of the season, so there was a break in play. And I said to him, "Can I have your shirt after?" He's like, "Yeah, no problem."
Oh,
so I got that signed, and I got Virgil sent me a Liverpool one a couple of years ago.
Talking of Steven Gerrard and good Premier League players, who was your idol growing up? Did you have any idols?
Yes, idols. Well, Alan Shearer was my idol. I think as a young kid growing up.
Yeah.
Centre forward, as a young kid, you want to score goals and do everything, don't you? Do you know what I mean? And he was England's number 9, England captain, Newcastle number 9, and every week you can guarantee he scored, and it was great. But I just think like everybody now goes on about the big word is press and the counter press and all this.
Yeah.
But ultimately goals, you need goal scorers, and him he was just vital. He put his head in where it hurt. He went into places where no one really wanted to. He scored goals from outside the box.
He scored
headers.
goals from everywhere, didn't he?
I think the one stands out. I think it's against Everton when it comes in, he gets headed away and he smashes one in on the volley.
Yeah.
He was just ultimate. He was someone that I kind of watched and that I just enjoyed watching him because he was a goal scorer now. But being a young kid, it was one I always wanted to watch.
Yeah. So there's that. Is it okay? So thinking of Swindon.
Yeah.
Is there, because obviously you used to come watch games when you were a bit younger.
Yeah.
Was there any strikers at Swindon that you looked at and went? Was there not one?
Sammy was here then.
Yeah, that's what
Sam was here then.
That's what I was fishing for.
Yeah. Sammy was here then. So I watched Sam a bit. But brutally honest, like I was too young to like be. I don't want to be like that. I want to be there. I don't know. I used to watch him and watch the team. And to be honest, when it was back in the day, it wasn't exactly great, was it?
It wasn't great.
Like, do you know what I mean? But he used to score for fun. Yeah. So it was one of them. And two of my mates used to come all the time. They used to go out and Super Sally Parking. I was like, right, come on. One day I remember, I can't remember what game it was out here, but I remember when Man United played Real Madrid at home. Yeah, it was in Champions League. Yeah. And Ronaldo ran the show. He scored that trick for, and he got employed off, right? Yeah. But I said to my dad that I want to come and watch Swindon play, and instead of I come and watch Swindon play and come and watch Sam Parkin play out here. Yeah. And obviously instead of watching R9 at home, tear up Man United, you know what I mean? Brilliant. But no, that was it really. I'd say Sammy was the one. If we go back for yesteryear, my time anyway, yesteryear, Sammy would be the main guy. Yeah.
Same.
It would be, yeah, and for you?
Go on. Yourself, I would say.
Was I, Johnny? Yeah.
Like
you do not know.
Yes.
This guy, you're literally his favourite player.
Obviously, I'm 22, so like sort of 2008.
Yeah, what was you doing?
2008 is the first time I remember, and obviously you joined in 09-10.
Yeah.
So you're probably one of the first players that I properly remember watching. So yeah, obviously that year is my favourite year with Danny Wilson. Obviously you got the Di Canio year, which was a great year, but obviously League One, and that League One year you had. Leeds, Norwich, Southampton. They
Such a
got a
strong
couple of
league,
points.
It was a strong league. Wasn't it?
Millwall, Charlton, Huddersfield,
Yeah,
even Brighton when you look at them now. And yeah, I just really enjoyed that year, and obviously you come in and did unbelievable.
Yeah, to be fair, when Steve used to send me, when I used to speak to Steve all the time in Australia, as you know, and Steve used to send me videos of Jonah all the time eating the donuts, and I reckon 10 videos he sent me every time. I was just like, does this guy never just stop eating? Alright, seriously, donut.
I'm getting voice notes going, does he ever stop eating?
No, and then obviously I only met Jonah I think once previously before, and that was when I come in. Was it here when I gave the shirt to you guys? That was
Christmas,
it.
wasn't it?
And then, yeah, that was it. And then I was fortunate where I was over in Australia that Steve sent me a video, and it was about 8 o'clock at night over there, and it was of you singing.
Oh, yeah.
As when you'd obviously sung the song, and Another Love. And he sent it to me, it must have been maybe 10, 15 minutes after, and I was like, oh my God, what a guy. And then all of a sudden, mate, it just took off.
Yeah.
Blew up, didn't it?
And then Stevie
good
was
laugh,
just
wasn't
like,
it?
just done it off the back of your head, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was all off the back of Jonah.
But yeah, that's the first time I met you was when you dropped that West Brom shirt. 'Cause obviously I kept nagging Steve saying he knew how much I liked you as a player and whatnot. I was always going on, oh, you were able to get me a Charlie shirt and whatnot. And at Christmas one day he just gave up. We were actually doing Secret Santa at the time. And everyone was
timing was perfect
everyone
as
was
well.
getting in the room for Secret Santa. He's like, nah, Jonah, you need to stay here and whatnot. Then obviously could go outside and you pulled down and gave me the shirt and whatnot.
So it was
So we were literally doing Secret Santa in the next room
Oh God,
when
yeah.
you texted and said I'm outside. So I was like, oh, Jonah, come with me a sec.
Yeah, because I think a couple of times you're like, you coming for a shirt? I was just like, yeah, mate, I'm coming, and I'll be like, oh, no, I'm not today.
I'd already spent,
And so
I'd already
worked out.
spent 80 quid on one in lockdown.
He's gone full eBay, extra large, definitely not yours.
No, brilliant.
Brilliant.
And now,
No, you're here.
now we're part of the team together,
been a pleasure,
mate.
yeah.
We're part
Been a
of the team
pleasure so
together.
far. Been enjoying
Yeah,
it.
so far. As long as you continue doing you.
To be fair,
It'll be
if someone
alright.
had said to me 10 years ago, or 8 years ago, whatever it was that we met, we'd be sat here and I'd be the kitman and you'd be the player, I'd be like, what are you talking about?
I know, crazy,
It's crazy
mate,
how
crazy.
the world
How the
works,
world
especially
works.
football.
Yeah, football,
Especially
yeah, definitely. So
It's
listen,
mad.
it's fun times.
Okay, so superstitions, because everyone loves talking about superstitions.
Yeah.
Do you have any routines, training days, match days?
Literally
Nothing at all.
I don't ask you to give me anything.
No, not at
No,
all.
you
Like,
don't.
I might wear cycling shorts, okay? I might not. I don't do anything. Ridiculous like that.
Put your boots on the heater for a bit.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do nothing. I play with people that just do all sorts
Yeah,
of
have you
stuff.
seen any
like,
weird superstitions from people down the years that you can remember?
No, I can remember. No, not just like just people. There's like a couple of people just go have to have like 5 minutes on their own, like in the toilet, because they was obviously nervous and all this kind of. I've just been very fortunate that I haven't. I don't even have nothing.
There's not even really a routine, is there? Like,
No, I don't.
on training days, you do something when you come in the morning. But, you know.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, of course. Yeah, is that what we was going with? So I was trying to think like, but you said match day.
No, well, whichever. Not sure
Yeah, so
whichever.
basically I'll let you know, right? So every morning I come into the training ground, so I come and say hello to the staff that's in and a couple of players that's in. I go into the change room, and then Steve and Jonah come in, and I have the door open whilst I've got the trousers down my ankle, sat on the toilet, just doing my morning routine whilst catching up with the chaps. And that's it, and that's just what's happened for probably the last month or so. Now it's just a routine.
It's just a thing. We come in.
Come in, we
That's
have a
what's
chat.
going on in the morning.
Come in, have a chat, and that's it. And this morning's chat, which obviously Thursday afternoon,
Yeah.
it was going to be about your birthday. So obviously it's your birthday
yeah,
today,
yeah,
right?
it's
So
my birthday
Thursday, happy
today,
birthday.
yeah.
But we was
Cheers.
more talking about Wednesday night's antics and yours. You want to briefly just tell us a little bit and tell the listeners what
So
happened?
I'm driving home from work last night. There's a lorry coming the other way. There's half a tree in the middle of the road. I'm thinking, lorry or tree? So I went straight over the tree. I get another 10 miles down the road. I get as far as Avebury, for anyone that knows the area. No lights, middle of nowhere. Car turns itself off. I get out. There's a big puddle of diesel on the floor. There's a hole in the fuel tank. Can't go anywhere, can't move. Was meant to be on Broadbent Lounge, but I had to ring Hannah's and be like, can't do it, sorry mate, I'm stuck in the middle of nowhere, got no signal. Rang the AA, RAC, other people are available, and they took 7.5 hours to get to me, so that was nice.
Happy birthday.
So I got home at about 2 AM this morning. So yes,
So that's it.
it was a good night.
Good way, Jonah.
Yeah,
Good way to
great
start the
way to
Great
birthday,
way.
mate.
To be fair to Jonah, he texted me, he said, I'll come out, I'll bring you a Mackey's if you need some
Didn't
food.
take up the offer. Though.
I didn't take up the offer, I didn't want to interrupt him on his evening with his missus.
So that was our morning chat. Well, that was our Thursday morning chat, which was going to be birthday chat, but then we had a bigger issue
Ended
to
up with me
tackle.
trying to figure out how I get my car back on the road.
Yeah, we're going to get it fixed.
But there you go.
So that's where we're at, yeah.
Decent. Boots.
Yeah.
So we've noticed all your goals that you scored since you come back have been in the same pair of boots. Is that a thing, or is that just?
I hope anything. I
Do you prefer those
I don't
boots,
know.
or are they?
Oh, they're my 2016 ones. They are.
Is that a good year?
Good, yeah. I think they're the ones I scored at Man United in. I
Oh, of
think
course.
they are.
Yeah.
They may be. I'm not sure.
It's a good night.
Drop that one in.
Yeah, I dropped that one.
Definitely.
I'll drop that one.
Where's Paddington Egg on?
Do you know what? It's funny. I actually don't know. I wore them against Grimsby. Didn't like the start, so I was like, I'm just gonna wear them, and scored. Then I was like, just wear them against Gillingham. Scored 2, and then we played Newport, didn't we?
Yeah, and you wore the other ones.
No, I didn't. I wore the
Did you not?
silvers because I said to you, both of you, because the white ones. Wait a minute. You're right. So the white ones. So we're going to get back to
The white
this. So the white ones, we had this
Oh,
problem building up to the week, wasn't
We
it? So
did
I
have a
couldn't wear
problem
them
with
in because one of either yourself or Jonah, tightened one of my studs too much and broke the thread. So I couldn't actually wear them in.
I mean, I'm not one to throw people under the bus.
That was probably in the over 4 years that we've been doing this job, the most nervous I've been. Like, I think I had skids. Like, it was. All I heard is Steve coming in and saying, like, Charlie's fuming. Like, he's saying about his boot and whatnot. And I was like, what do you mean, like, and whatnot? Anyway, go in. Charlie's in the change room. Comes out the shower. He's like, what have you done to my boot? And I'm like, I didn't do anything, so I already admitted that I had done something.
This is hilarious.
Anyway, new boots have come in, taken them out of the package. I've gone to tighten them. One of the last stud I did actually, it was the last stud, it just wouldn't tighten. The thread just kept going round and round. So I'm in the change room for about 15-20 minutes and Charlie's sitting there with his towel on, just having a go at well.
Absolutely battering Jonah.
Absolutely battering it. I went as red as a tomato.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know if it was a joke.
Yeah.
He didn't know if it was serious.
I
It was
didn't have a
brilliant.
clue at that time. I think it was probably like the
Yeah, a
first
couple
week.
of
wasn't it?
days, yeah.
Yeah.
So that was probably I didn't.
So
enjoy
that's
it.
a story of the white boots. So yeah, I'm the silver. So I basically wore them silver ones now. I'll probably wear. I don't know what I'll do at the weekend. I'm not really too sure.
Don't know. Now I've said it, it'll be a thing. Won't it?
Yeah, be a thing. I don't really know. So overall, this with them, that's it. But I do prefer the older style.
Yeah.
I think that's what I do prefer, the older style.
They're more comfortable.
Yeah, for me, I do prefer. I don't really like that. Listen, I wear them, of course, but the older style for me is.
How long do you normally wear a boot for? Just until it gets until they're done, or like is it changed over the
Yeah,
years?
not like it's changed over the years. I think I remember when I was first here, I wore Nikes, the laser T90s.
Yeah, the T90s.
T90s. Then I went through a stage trying to wear 9.5s when I'm clearly a 10, so trying to cram my foot.
Yeah,
in.
what you
I'm
doing
not
now?
really too sure what I was up to. Then I had a little go on the Adidas F50s,
Yeah.
but the black ones made me, one, I look like I couldn't move, and two, I looked like a ref. So I knocked them on.
Or a
back.
Kitman.
Yeah, or a Kitman. So I knocked them on the head, went back to the Nikes. I don't know. It all depends. If a new colour comes out that I like, I might go with them. Or if I'm going well in a pair of boots, like I've wear them for ages. Like when I remember being at Burnley when I went on a run where I was fortunate to score 20 goals before November. I had the old Nikes and it was the seaweed. The colour was seaweed. Like
I know. I remember the ones.
yeah. I didn't miss in them. It was 20 and 17 games. I just wore them the whole time.
20 and 17 games.
Yeah,
I mean,
I hold the
I know
record.
this, but that still blows my mind.
I was the quickest player in their history to get to 20 goals, and I'm level with a man that has passed away. Ray Pointer, his name is. 1950, passed away I think a couple of years ago. 1958 is 8 goals in 8 consecutive games. I didn't score against Cardiff in the 9th one, got beat 4-0, but then scored in the 10th and 11th.
This is something that amazes me about this guy. He remembers every goal, result, who assisted him, about anything. You can ask him, like, it blows my mind. I remember when he was at Saints, he had a problem with his leg, and I was driving him to train him for a couple of weeks. And he would just come out with these. I'd be like, oh, do you remember that game? And he'd be like, oh yeah, this player scored, and that player scored, and this happened, and that happened. And I'd be thinking, I can only just remember the score.
Well, we did yesterday, didn't we? The Rochdale.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
Yeah, that was it.
Like,
That is crazy how you remember all of that.
Just I don't know. I don't remember a lot, like, but
No.
for goals and that is one.
That leads us on to the question that got asked on Twitter, actually.
All right.
The question that we've used is, what is your favourite career goal
Oh.
and why?
and why?
That was the question. And the guy that asked that will win 2 tickets to tomorrow's game.
Oh, nice one. Congratulations. Oh, that's tough, mate. Like to pick one goal and the important. Listen, I scored a very good goal at Southampton
I was about
for
to say that.
QPR.
Yeah.
But we got beat 2-1. I couldn't do it again.
Okay,
So it
so
was just instinctively like touch and finish.
are we saying then that,
Like you're asking me what's my best goal scored
Well,
and why?
yeah, the situation makes a goal better? Or
I think so. Yeah, like situation where I scored my 3rd against West Brom in the Premier League.
Yeah.
To win 3-2 at Christmas time. Joey crossed it in from the corner right at the front post and headed it past Ben Foster, and
This is what I'm talking about.
that was it. Yeah, I think that was the most important because it was my first Premier League hat trick.
Yeah.
And we needed 3 points at the time, so it was not my best, but it was the most. I said at the time it was the most important. I scored a cracker against Charlton in the Championship from about 30 yards. I never shoot against them. I come in sort of around the corner in the top corner. Like.
Yeah. Seen
So,
it.
yeah, there's a couple, but I'd on them lines definitely. Yeah, that was.
Here's a question.
Go on.
Going back to when you're in the Prem
Yeah.
with QPR,
Yeah.
the Man City game.
Oh, mental scenes. I scored 2 goals and they both got cancelled.
What's
Well, I scored
happened
2.
there?
Joe Hart was loving it.
Joe
Yeah,
Hart
mate,
kicked the ball
bonkers,
against
mate.
his other foot.
And do you know what made it worse? I did an interview with Tubes, right, the week before.
Go on.
He says to me, Chaz, if you score against Man City, you have to do the chicken dance. So I was like, alright, sweet. I was like, alright, no problem. Scored the first one, but I'm about 2-3 yards offside, yeah? Second one, Harty takes a free kick, kicks it twice, he plants with his left foot, so it goes forward, then he kicks it to me, I have a touch, whack it in, down the keeper's left, yeah? Then I'm off.
Yeah.
I didn't know he takes 2, I'm off, chicken dance and that.
Yeah.
Next minute I'll turn around, they're all round the referee and he gets another go.
Why does he get another go?
I don't know.
Still to this
I
day.
don't know, still to this
I mean,
day.
I remember watching that.
But
I don't know the rules.
Is that not like
but-
a direct free kick to us?
Yeah,
then?
surely it should be your free kick. He's fouled. He's kicked the ball twice.
Yeah.
When he's taken a free kick, you can't do that.
So I don't understand. And then I was fortunate enough to get slipped in just before half time, or maybe just about 5 minutes before half time, and score. So I'd scored a hat trick
Yeah, so
against
you
Man
should have had a
City.
hat-trick against Man
But
City.
yeah, that was it. So that was the most craziest thing ever. That was playing in that. That was.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. Football's as thingy. Like I said, like when I first come through the door back in 2009 and so I'll be back in 2022 or not even say 22, the opportunity to come back was I'm very grateful for.
Cool.
Right, so now looking ahead to this weekend, Harrogate, hopefully we'll get another win.
Better than when we played him on the
Yeah.
first day.
Oh, I
And
did
We
hear
were
that.
really good for the first 20 minutes. And then for some reason it just fell apart and they
Yeah.
managed to get some momentum and
Go.
scored some goals. And
Yeah, listen, we come off a good win the other day against Salford, and when I mean good win, I mean the result. Like we wasn't great on the pitch, like
Yeah.
they had opportunities, but so like I said, sometimes you've got to win ugly, and sometimes
Yeah.
you've got to win games that's not expected. So hoping we can build momentum. We play them at home, like I already mentioned about the fans here. They're so
Yeah.
pivotal, like for our momentum and to getting behind the team. They really are. So I hope we can put in another good performance. We need to win, and we can put a run of games together of wins. Who knows where it can take us?
Yeah.
There's plenty of games
for sure.
to be played. and there's plenty of points to
Well,
be available.
obviously, from our point of view, we just look back to last season. We needed 6 wins to get to Wembley.
Yeah.
Basically, we
Yeah.
had to win every game.
We won our last 4 in the
And
league.
we won 5,
Yeah,
and then obviously fell at the last hurdle at
Yeah.
Port Vale. So you can be almost out of it,
yeah.
especially in this league.
I think all you need in this league is
Get
3 or 4
4
games.
wins.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at the rest of if you look at the table and you look on there, that
Yeah.
there's been teams that have gone above us and gone on a bit of a run that have made the gap between us like 4 or 5 points,
Yeah.
and you're like, where have they come from? You
Yeah,
know,
look at
so
Stockport, for example. They're 4th now, but
yeah.
they've won a few games in a row and they're
So
right
it'd
up
be-
there in the mix.
So it'd be good. Listen, we have to put in performance. We know that. If we win the game, then we have a tough one the following week. But it's all about this one. If we can win this back-to-back wins, and we can push on from there.
Right, should we head
Right,
on?
so last feature of the first pod. Every episode we're going to do a quiz, a Kitman, either me or Jonah, against our guest. And the other Kitman is going to be the quizmaster. So Jonah spent 700 hours this week coming up with 6 questions, plus a bonus if we need it. We'll probably do it anyway for fun.
Yeah.
And basically, Jonah's going to go through the rules.
Yeah. So it'll be first person to call their name out and answer.
All
Alright,
right.
so he'll ask a question. Either I'll shout my name, you shout your name.
Okay.
Whoever shouts first gets to answer. If you get it wrong,
If you get it wrong,
you're out, and the other
yeah,
person gets to
yeah,
have a
the
go
other one
for
gets
that,
to come in.
for that question.
All right.
And we've got 6
All right.
questions.
All
and
right.
if it's a draw, and you've got 3
General
each
knowledge
one,
or football? Is
it's
it?
all Swindon related. But it ties
Yeah,
into
it's-
there's both the times that you
All right,
it's
ties
the 2
into
times
both the
you've
times
been.
that
Okay, all right,
So-
fine. All right.
Alright, so we'll go with question 1 then.
Come on.
It's a good way to start.
Ah.
Here we go. In the 09-10 season, how many points did Swindon end up with? Was it A, 86, B, 79, or C, 82?
Chaz, 82.
Correct. Alright,
Because
question.
I knew it won 86, but
No.
I knew it was in the 80s, like somewhere. We
Right,
should have ended
see-
up on 86.
See,
should
it's
have
it's
ended
not
up
fair,
on
he
87,
remembers
and
everything.
Alright, question 2. Can you name me 3 players from the 09-10 season with their first name starting with the letter A?
Oh my god. First name or surname?
First name
Oh god.
starting with the letter A.
9-10.
Yeah.
Oh.
Obviously, yeah, the Charlie Joy.
Yeah. I can't even think of one.
Oh, I've got 2 in my head.
Have you?
Yeah, I've got 2 in my head.
On with days.
Actually, I've got... Oh, yeah, 3.
Oh,
3.
God.
Alex Revel, Alan O'Brien, Alan Sheehan.
Yep.
Is there only 3?
No, there was 5. You've got Alex Henshaw and Alan Sheehan.
I said Alan Sheehan.
Oh, and Andy McNamee, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say
I
Anthony
forgot
Mack.
Anthony Mack.
I
But
thought he was earlier.
Andy
I
Mack
thought-
was only here for like when I
Yeah.
was here for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I went to Norwich.
She
I
had
don't
a-
even remember him
There
being
was
that
five, there was
kid.
5
Alex
in total.
Henshaw, credit to him, he
Yeah.
only trained us once or twice.
Yeah,
and
there,
then
there was 5 in total, so.
he only trained us once or twice. That's the tough one.
Went off Man City. didn't
Yeah, I think so. I don't really know.
Right.
2-0.
Question number 3. Since leaving Swindon, this player has played for the following, and not in any particular order: Kilmarnock, Blackburn, and Brighton.
Oh my god.
Gordon Greer. Chaz.
Oh my god. No, whoa, 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 whoa. He said the answer before he said his name.
No, but yeah, still, come on.
No, but
Come on. Like,
He
what
was,
are the rules?
He was so quick and
I was just quick. It's off the bar.
You were quick, but you didn't
Yeah,
say it.
come
If
on.
that's the other way around, and I say the
No,
answer.
I'll
not
let you
then-
have it. I'll
We
let
did
you have
this.
it.
We did this the other day.
I'll let you have it.
Oh,
But you was
but
never
you
going to
were-
get it.
it,
You was never going to get it.
This
was
is
you?
huge, you know, Steve.
It's
You've got to
not
get all
because
3.
it's 3-0. He's won. Oh no, we haven't.
This is
You
going
can
to be
get
six.
to a
This
draw.
what is? Is it 6 questions
It's 6
and a
questions.
bonus? We're doing a whole. This could be 7.
It's got to be 7-0.
Alright, so question 4. In Swindon's current squad, name us 3 players that start with the letter A. Start with the letter R, sorry, first name. First name, letter R. 3 players.
Chaz. Reece Devine.
3 already.
Reece.
I've got 2, man.
Reece Devine. Romeo Hutton.
Ah.
Ricky. I don't know how to say Rick's surname.
Aguiar.
Aguiar, yeah.
I had Ronan Darcy as well.
And Darcy.
Yeah.
I did
And
have
there's
Darcy,
Rush.
but then I just.
Oh,
yeah,
Rush,
yeah, so.
4-0 that.
Yeah, it's game over. I told him, I said to him yesterday, I said I will get battered in this quiz.
You should know all these as a big Swindon
Yeah,
fan.
And you're the
Come
kid man. You have to do
Yeah.
the stuff.
I do surnames, that's why I said to him first name or surname.
Question number 5. Can you please name me the 5 goal scorers in Charlie's return game for Swindon in January?
Chaz.
Oh my God.
Chaz. What do you mean? Chaz, Marcel, Johnny Williams, Ronan Darcy, Sads.
In order as well.
This is what I'm saying. I said to him, I said he'll remember every goal, he'll remember orders, he'll remember assists, and I won't remember none of it. I
Right.
told him.
Question 6. There were 8 teams other than us that featured in the 09-10 season and this current season. Can you name 3?
What,
What's
in
that?
League 2?
So they're in this division now and in the 09-10 season.
In League 1.
Yeah.
So us. Is it?
Other than us.
Right.
3 teams that were in both leagues.
Bradford? No?
Right.
Didn't show me
You've got
that
to say your
either.
name first. didn't
Yeah,
you?
but that doesn't matter apparently.
Yeah, don't matter. You can have it on.
Wait until you've got 3 in your head.
You 3? How many did you say?
3.
Oh.
There were 8 teams other than us in total. Though.
God.
Oh, Chaz. Stockport, Hartlepool and Carlisle. Scored against all 3 of them.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't score against all 3 of them.
The other ones.
Oldham. Are they in this league?
Nah, the other ones were
No.
Colchester,
Yeah.
Walsall, Leyton Orient, and Gillingham.
2 against Gillingham.
So that's 6-0.
This is what I'm saying.
Do you want the
I
bonus?
didn't score these goals.
Yeah.
Do you want the
Yeah,
bonus?
but you're like fan.
Yeah, I know, but
I
you
think
know
I've
I
made
don't
that quite
remember.
evenly
Yeah,
split.
quite, yeah.
You haven't!
You're in the job now, so
Yeah.
you should know everything about
Yeah.
But
that.
he knows who he played against and who he
Yeah, but
scored
you should
against.
know that. Oh,
And you,
yeah.
and you,
Oh,
went,
yeah.
you went to every game home and away in
Yeah.
that season.
That's
Yeah,
what he tells
but
That's
I-
what he tells us,
Look,
right, isn't it?
Look, listen. When I go to a game, especially back then, 6 points in watching, he's on the pitch scoring goals.
I think I've made it quite even.
Yeah, I did. I
Based
think
on
so.
Swindon,
I think so.
both years.
I think it's fair. Come
Do you
on.
want, it's 6-0.
Yeah,
Might as
go
well
on,
do
do the
bonus
thing, make
question.
it 7. Go on.
Right, how many games did Paul Caddis play for Swindon? The
Go on.
closest guess
I couldn't tell you.
wins.
I couldn't tell you.
Oh my
I
God.
couldn't tell you. I couldn't even know how long Cads has been here.
Oh,
Sorry,
so-
Cads.
Oh.
Just the closest guess.
Cads here in 10, 11.
Oh,
10, 11.
Steve. 130.
Alright. Do you want to give yours as well? Then we'll see who's closer.
46. Well, I generally don't know. Wow.
If you guess this and get closer than me,
I honestly don't know. Like, I don't know how long Cads has played here, though. This is my thing.
yeah, that's what I was doing.
So
I
how many seasons was Cads here?
I'm not telling you.
But 6
I'm not going to help you. I need one.
10, 11. 10, 11. Then it was Di Canio. Yeah, that's 2 more. Then he was back. 144.
It was 139. So Steve.
Doesn't win.
I think you won that 7.
Because I said 130 and it's 139.
Right, that's not a
And
bad
then he's
guess.
got 144.
Fair play.
That's what I did in my head. I worked out how many seasons and.
Yeah.
Fair play to both of you there. It's quite close.
What do you mean
But-
fair play? It's quite close. It's
That
7
one was
0.
quite close.
It's
Right.
7 0.
No, the last question you got quite close to.
At least you can, like, at least you were going forward. You could have like a tally of right. Steve had a beast against.
Well,
Chelsea,
no,
7,
it's
yeah.
all right.
Then,
It's
like-
1-0 to the guests. And then
Are
next
you two as a
episode-
duo?
Yeah.
Duo.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
Oh,
so next time he's got to save us.
Yeah,
Like,
I've got to save it next time.
you know,
Oh,
alright,
we're in trouble.
we are in trouble. I feel, but then that's only 1-0, mate. Do you know what I mean? It'll be fine.
Listen, you got plenty to come
Yeah,
back.
we'll be alright.
But
Yeah.
honestly,
I
James,
know mine. I back myself, so.
But
I backed myself, but you obviously didn't.
Yours be right. But thank you very much for allowing me to be your first guest on the podcast of Life of Kitman. I wish you all the best with it, and I think you'll be fantastic.
Thanks for taking the time to come on.
No
Cheers,
problem,
John.
gentlemen.
One last bit. Game tomorrow. Tickets are still available. You can get them online. You can get them on the phone. You can come in the club shop. Yeah, come and fill the county ground, support the lads, and then hopefully we can get another 3 points and push on towards the playoffs and on from there. So, cheers for listening. We'll be back again the Friday before the next game. Who are we playing next, Jonah? Carlisle on the 11th. Is that?
Oh, you're not doing that on?
No, only home games.
Oh, okay.
Boy,
So,
yeah.
Because when we go away, it's like
yes, guys, but I feel
Crazy,
like it's
yeah.
always good that you should like let your listeners know.
Yeah,
that.
when we're gonna be
Like,
back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you'll be back.
which is what I was doing with
But
saying
let
Carlisle.
them know that you're not doing away games, because some of them might be like, oh, we're
Okay.
on the away trips. Oh, do you know what? We're listening to Live of the Kitman. Oh no, actually we can't, because that's last week we already listened to.
Oh yeah, good. To be fair, that's not a bad shout to do one so that people can listen to it.
We'll
the way
think
to
on
the-
that. We'll
But
think
you
So
two are
maybe-
way off it. Right, I'm out. I'm done. Right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. It's done.
Thank you. See you next time.
Cheers, super.